What is up? It's your boy Kairu, and I am here today to talk to you about a game called Tunic. I personally put 11 hours 22 minutes down on Tunic, with most people reporting around 15 to 20, especially if you're trying to get all the pages, which gives you an alternate or true ending, as some people have said. As far as story goes, there's not a whole lot the game gives you. I'm sure, as with most games, they definitely developed a lore and sprinkled that in there, but for the most part, you don't get any kind of storyline here. This game is literally if Souls and old school Zelda games had a baby. Everything from the combat to health bars and the weapon selection is all a mashup of these two series. That being said, it is fun and I enjoyed it, but I do have to point out that it hardly has an original bone in its body, which is okay considering I think they were probably set out to make a love note to those games. If that wasn't the case, it definitely fails to make a real identity of its own. You have dodging, blocking, and parrying as your defensive tools, and a sword and some magical items you get for casting some spells as well. Really straightforward, simple mechanics here, which I enjoyed, and I think you will if you like the old school Zeldas. One of my favorite parts of the game is the manual booklet you pick up along the way. It has the maps and instructions and explains what certain symbols mean, and this is what gives you some of the lore behind the enemies as well. The illustrations alone really hooked me, but the idea that you start with no idea what's happening and pick up the pages and start to piece things together that way, man, it was a treat. I really enjoyed that. The bulk of the game is here in gameplay since, like I said, there is not much of a story to follow. I don't have much to say here, but I wanted to point out that if you play this on PC, I would recommend a controller. The controls on controller are really intuitive and feel good, but for me on the keyboard it just felt super weird. It uses J, K, and L to select from your weapons. No mouse inputs, and I don't know, I'm just not a fan of that myself. The game looks nice, nothing out of this world, but visually appealing, and the levels feel navigable. By that I mean if you have played the old Zeldas or games like it, you'll find that it is possible to roam around for potentially hours before you figure out where to go. This game somehow, by design, softly kind of guides you in the right direction. There's nothing overt telling you go here, go there. It just feels like it takes you where you need to go without being super linear at the same time. It was an aspect of the game that I was constantly impressed by, and I could tell they definitely put love and care into designing the world. Another section without a whole lot to say, but I did enjoy the soundtrack, and the aura of the whole thing had a real ethereal vibe to it. Definitely worked well for the setting. I would not have any reason to play this again. I could see maybe wanting the complete ending when you have all the lost pages, but other than that, it's a one and done type of game for sure. Overall, Tunic is a good experience. I struggle with rating it a little bit because it is good, but it is literally a carbon copy of other games, which makes it a little difficult to miss. I played this on Game Pass, so if you're on Game Pass, then definitely check this out. But if you're not, the $30 price tag is solid. I would potentially just grab it on sale if you're not totally convinced. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it in any capacity, please drop us a like and subscribe to keep up with all of our future content. Thanks for watching.